Are you pushing your book off again this week? Are you telling yourself you'll start whenever life slows down? Only life never does. Life keeps lifing, and the years just keep passing you by. Writing your first book doesn't have to feel overwhelming or too time consuming. You can get started today and kick the feeling of overwhelm right out the door. And welcome in simplicity. Simplicity is really what you need to write and finish your first book. Let's get it. Ready to write your first book and make an impact? Do you wish you could organize your book ideas without feeling overwhelmed and actually find the time to write and finish your book? Hey, I'm Donna Cherie, a book writing coach and author. Welcome to Book Writing Made Simple. Inside this podcast, I'll teach you how to get a clear vision for your book idea, get organized, keep it simple, and develop a writing plan so you can finally get your book out into the world. Grab a notebook and pen with your favorite cup of tea. What's up, aspiring author? It's your host, Donna Cherie, and welcome to today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Real quick, I want to shout out the listeners in Canada. Y'all are really showing up, and I see that there is a strong interest concerning book writing. So thank you so much for all my Canadian friends who have been tuning in and listening to this show. Thank you so much. I know that you're getting information to help you get started with your book, and I just want to encourage you to write that book and keep on going. And of course, you can come and join us in the Book Writing Made Simple Writers community, which that information will be in the show notes. So thank you so much for tuning in. Let's talk about something that keeps way too many aspiring authors stuck, and that is the overwhelm trap. How many of us are guilty of this? I know I am. But today, I'm hoping that I can help you get out of this overwhelm trap. You know what I mean? That cycle of believing that writing a book is too hard, too time consuming, and just way too much. Remember that feeling that you got when you first thought about your book? You got so excited, you started jotting down some ideas, and maybe you've already written a few pages, but then you hit a wall. You don't know what direction to go in. You don't have a plan. And suddenly, overwhelm just creeps in and robs you of the joy you once had about writing your book. So today, I want you to be encouraged and, like I said, kick overwhelm, kick it out the door, and welcome in simplicity, because I really believe that simplicity is what will help you along your book writing journey, hence the title, Book Writing Made Simple. But let's dive into it. I've been in a state of overwhelm before as it relates to the book writing process. When I first started writing Untarnished, I had notes everywhere in my journals. I am one of those people. I keep a lot of journals. I love writing, of course. I had them on sticky notes, some of my ideas, random files on my laptop. I had no organization. I thought I needed to have this complex process before I could really get started and dive deep into writing. And because I didn't have my thoughts organized, I skipped writing sessions altogether. I pushed it off until years later, years from that first initial thought and action of writing a book, I put it off for years, and telling myself that I'd get back to it when life slowed down and I felt quote unquote ready. But you know what? My life didn't slow down by any means. Things kept coming up. Things were on my plate. I had different responsibilities to maintain, and that is still true to this day. Yet, I couldn't stop thinking about writing a book. And one of the things that truly helped me to get started was when I decided to stop overcomplicating the process. please hear me today. Stop overcomplicating the process. I chose organization and simplicity over waiting for the perfect moment. That's when I actually made progress in my book writing journey. So here's the deal. Your book will not write itself, and you won't be able to write from a place of overwhelm or feeling like your book is too complicated. Ideas do not come, inspiration does not come from that. But it's when you just relax, when you let go of the overwhelm, when you welcome in simplicity, that's when you can begin to write with ease, along with some other tips that I'm going to share with you here today. Staying in a cycle of overwhelm won't get you anywhere. But with a few simple shifts, you can get out of overwhelm and get organized. So make sure you have your notebook and pen with you so that you can write down, take some notes from today's episode that I'm going to be sharing with you. So to get out of overwhelm and get organized on your book writing journey is first stick to one plan. Don't try to follow 5 different plans. Stick to one plan. Stop chasing after the different templates and systems and different webinars and all of these things. But just pick one plan that you're going to follow that's easy to follow for you and how you process, and pick one outline, stick with it, and let it guide you. And please, I'm telling you, you gotta have an outline. It's so imperative to have an outline. I always say that your outline is your bullseye, and that is what is going to keep you on track along your book writing journey. Having one clear roadmap helps to keep you focused and eliminate that overwhelming feeling. And this is something that I can definitely help you with. I have a simple book vision plan as well as an outline template you can follow to get organized and write with ease. So definitely reach out to me if that's something that you're interested in so that you can have your one plan that you stick to. Having a vision and an outline as you write your book is so vital. You should not go without it. And we talk about this a lot on the episode on this podcast because I really believe that those two things will help set you up for success on your book writing journey. So number 1, stick to one plan. The second tip is to commit to writing sessions. Don't run away from them. Embrace them. Even if you feel like you're not inspired during that time that you sit down anyway. Don't wait for inspiration to strike. Inspiration will meet you while you're writing, while you come to the seat and put your hands on the keyboard and just start typing something. Inspiration will come then. And now there are actual times of inspiration that come outside of your writing session. Say if you're a person who gets thought, this is me, I get thoughts while I'm in, getting out the shower. Sometimes I get ideas, or if I'm taking a walk or certain things that I'm doing, sometimes the inspiration strikes then. But don't wait for that. You don't have to wait for those moments. Go ahead and block out time on your calendar and in your schedule, even if it's just for 1 hour a week, and make it non-negotiable. Make it non-negotiable. Show up. Show up for your writing session. That is going to help you to eliminate overwhelm. And as you continue to show up for your writing sessions, not only does the inspiration come, but the consistency begins to flow as well. It begins to show up because you're sticking to your writing schedule. The third tip is to focus on progress, not perfection. Leave the perfection alone and focus on progress. Focus on the progress that you've made for your book. I don't care at what phase you're in. Just focus on that progress and not perfection. Not trying to make everything perfect. It's okay. It's all right. It's going to be okay. One page is better than no pages at all. Don't stay at the one page though. After you have your book vision, your outline, your first page, maybe your table of contents, and maybe you have your introduction, don't just stop there, but continue to keep going. The progress is going to be something that encourages you to keep going. And then as you have that one page or you have those 2, those 4 or 10 pages, sooner than you know it, you'll have 100 pages of a manuscript that you have been consistent in showing up in your writing schedules week by week. And it has happened little by little rather than with overwhelm and constant chaos. And you'll really be able to see the fruit of your labor. So again, focus on progress, not perfection. And those are my 3 tips that I have for you. If you're someone who is dealing with overwhelm, like the book writing process just seems so overwhelming and you don't know how to get out of it. Simplicity. Simplicity. I want you to think about those words instead of overwhelm, because the simplicity of writing a book is better than the other side of it, which is overwhelm and defeat and not having a finished manuscript. Writing your first book doesn't have to be overwhelming. Choose simplicity, choose to be organized, choose consistency, and then watch God handle the rest. If you need encouragement and practical tools to help you stay the course, come join me inside the Book Writing Made Simple Writers community. It's a space filled with other inspiring authors just like you, walking the same book writing journey together because you don't have to do it alone. Head on over to donnasherie.com/community to join. I'll see you there. And I hope that this episode has blessed you and encouraged you today. Until next time, ciao. Thanks for tuning in. I hope today's episode inspired you to take that next step to write your book. Remember, small steps lead to big results. If this podcast has blessed you in some way, be sure to leave a written review on Apple Podcasts. Your support means the world to me, and it helps others to find the show. Also, be sure to pass on the inspiration by sharing this episode with a friend who could benefit from this message. God bless you, sis, and never, ever give up.